Hey guys, this is Tor from TC. We're here at GuitCon and we have the amazing Mary Spender here.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for taking the time to do this.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to do a TonePrint for the Hall of Fame tune pedal.
Yes, please.
Do you use a lot of effects in general?
Not as many as other people at this GuitCon.
there are some guys who use a lot of effects.
My pedal board is growing. Yeah.
So hopefully we can dial in a sound that you like.
Yeah.
Let's try.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, so basically, as I said, trying to go through the different ones and see if maybe that's a starting point. So any of those you think, would probably suit what you're doing best?
I think, I guess Hall.
Yeah.
Like start off simple.
Yeah. So let's see here. So the next thing we can do is we can try to, tailor the EQ of the reverb. So we can make it brighter or darker. And just to start off, I'm gonna make it as dark, so as much low end and as much high end as it can possibly get, and then we can kind of always back it down if you go like, whoa, that's... So now I'm gonna back off the low end a little bit first. So now there's very little low end compared to where it's much more full-bodied. So do you know if you prefer?
I think the low end's important.
Okay. Do you want it full blast, or you want to back it off a little bit, or?
Maybe off a little bit.
So then we can do the same for the. If you think that works, we can do the same for the highs. So right now it's full blast on the highs. Then I'll just back it down so you can hear what it sounds like when it's like really muffled. It almost disappears. So.
I like that because it doesn't get in the way.
No, it sits in the background.
Yeah.
Cool. Ooh. So another thing we can do is we can mess around with what's called the pre-delay. And the pre-delay is basically, so imagine you're in a church and you stand right in the middle of the room and you clap. The size of the room means if it's a big room, it'll take some time before the sound travels to whatever surface is there and then hits you back again. So the longer the room, the longer it's going to take before the reverb actually comes in and you hear it. So it can go from nothing, which basically means that as soon as you start playing, there's going to be reverb in the background. And then it can go all the way up to something that's...
Back again to the
and
the
it can be anywhere
extreme.
in between, so I'll go to the other extreme.
Maybe like 25% or whatever it is.
Milliseconds?
Oh no, maybe a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay.
To the right, yeah.
So next thing you can have is we can add some modulation, which is basically will make the reverb tail kind of move a little bit in pitch. So we can try it out. And again, I'm going to exaggerate it so you can hear like the most extreme. Seasick. So that's probably too much, I guess. Just wanted to kind of,
Maybe a little bit too much.
So we think preferred on or off?
Maybe off.
Off. Let's
Maybe
do that. A couple of other things, or at least one more thing that we can try out, see if you like or not. We have this option that, you know, when you're playing, that we can back the reverb down a little bit more, so it doesn't get in the way of, you know, the stuff you actually play. Yeah. And then when you stop playing, it kind of washes in a little bit. Yes. You can make it really extreme, or you can make it like it's just a little bit.
Okay.
So we can try it out.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'll do it extreme to begin with, and then we can be a little more sensible about it. So now there's literally nothing while you're playing, but I'll make it a little bit more. Let's see here.
So is that the other extreme? That's
now it's just a little bit. It's stamping around 7 dB or something like that on the reverb wireless. And again, so now you can hear it.
Yeah, maybe like halfway. Try.
All right, so I mean, that means we're kind of, you know, if you didn't want the modulation, so we have a whole nother block of that where you can go crazy, but we'll leave that out. And the last block we have is the shimmer octaving block, which, I mean, we can try it. You heard it before, but if you want something a little bit more natural sounding.
Could try a little bit.
We can try a little bit
and see how it sounds.
Yeah. And again,
is it that?
Yeah, it's that kind of in the background, which again, you have to decide whether you like it or you go like, yeah, that's not for me.
So if I'm doing something like this, like this is sort of when you don't want it to be too crowded,
much of it,
so
better without it. So I'm just going to go back to what we had originally.
All right. Now I miss it.
I know. So you miss a little bit of it now? We can add a little bit. Let me do this then. And I'll back it down. So how does this work now? Is it... So there's a little bit of the shimmer. I can add more in if you want to hear how it sounds. So.
I quite like it.
Cool.
Sort of like
There's a little
lingers,
bit of,
isn't it?
Yeah. What do you want to call the TonePrint?
I'm going to call it the Big Spender Reverb.
Cool.